In my last video, I was talking about competitive advantages in the IP market. So I presented some numbers that were kind of gathered through a Berkeley patent study in a survey in 2010. And this time I'd like to kind of extend from Efrat's talk and talk about patent trends in startup companies. So if you once again check out my blog post for this topic, I have a cool little chart from that same Berkeley study. The question is, for your last innovation you did not patent, which, if any, of the following influenced your company's decision? You'll see the top reasons reported by startups for not filing patents. Interestingly enough, the two most popular responses were related to the cost of patents. And in fact, other studies show that startups are becoming increasingly unlikely to file for patents with time. And this trend is true for companies who never apply or have applied for patents, but it's the exact opposite actually from companies who've applied for at least one patent. These companies who've at least filed for one patent are actually more likely to apply for more patents, and in fact they're applying for a greater number and at a very rapid pace. The deciding factor for startups in patent application is highly dependent on influence from venture capitalist investors. A case of at least 80% of companies backed by large companies, such as Samsung Ventures, Johnson & Johnson Development, and Motorola Ventures have filed at least one patent, versus healthcare investors like De Novo Ventures and Delphi are among some of the highest in patent emphasis, with a minimum of about 90% of their funded companies having filed at least one patent. On the other end of the spectrum, interestingly enough, we see these like seed stage or angel investors who are rounding out at the bottom with only about 13% of the companies they're funding. For example, like 500 startups, SV Angel, and high tech Grunder funds that have actually filed patents. It's really interesting to see how the scope is different and how it has to do with the stage of the startup's development career as well in filing for patents. Thanks for watching.